Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Sorry for the late upload. There was a storm in my area, for that the network was totally down. Now it has been restored, so I'm uploading this video. Today I will show you how to change the SMPS of your CPU. So how to diagnose your SMPS is faulty. First of all, when you power on your CPU, you will find that there's nothing happening. It's not responding, no lights are turning on. Second, if you touch the metal part of your CPU and you get a shock, then your SMPS might be faulty. And the third symptom is you're working on your computer and suddenly it shut down and there's a bursting sound from your CPU. And suddenly you see white smoke coming out and get burning wire smell. When this happens, you should immediately turn off the power supply. Pull the power supply cord out of the CPU and don't touch the metal part of your CPU. You might get shock from it. Wait for some time and let it discharge. If this happens, do not repower, because repowering it might send a huge amount of current to your motherboard and this might destroy the capacitors present in it and your computer will become useless. You have to get a new one then. So now I will show you how to change the SMPS. First you have to locate the position of your SMPS in your CPU. Pull out the CPU and take the cover out. After you take the cover out, you will find a box which is directly behind where your power supply goes in. The next part is to identify where your SMPS gives power to. Broadly, there are 4 points. 2 in the motherboard, 1 in the hard disk and 1 in your CD or DVD drive. There's a 24-pin connector, the largest one, which goes to the motherboard and supplies power to it. There's another 4-pin connector near the processor which supplies exclusively power to the CPU. If you have a newer computer, you will see that there are 2 SATA power cables, which I will show you on the screen. Those cables, one of which goes to the HDD or your SSDs and another goes to your DVD or CD writer. If you have an older computer, you will have a 4-pin power connector, which goes to the same location where the SATA cables were. There might be additional power cables also, which might be running to your cooling fans. Remove them, if present. So firstly, I would suggest you mark the SATA cable of your HDD so that later you don't confuse it with your DVD or CD writer. After removing the SATA cables, then step by step start removing the power cables. After removing all the wires, then you have to remove the 4 screws which are holding your SMPS to your tower. Pull out the old SMPS and replace it with a new one. I would suggest you to spend some money on your SMPS as it is the main component which supplies power to your CPU. If you are a light user and have a light graphics card, I would suggest you get a 550 watt SMPS. If you are a gamer, a hardcore user, and if you like to overclock your GPU and CPU, I would suggest you get a good SMPS with a higher wattage so that you don't run into any problem. Replace your old SMPS with the new one and reconnect the power supplies as it was earlier. Don't forget to reconnect the data cables. After the connections are done, use a flex wire and tie up the wires and remove it from any moving parts. Then attach the SMPS to the tower using the screws which you had removed. Finally, give a thorough check and see all the connectors are connected tightly and nothing is loose. Then power your CPU on. Please do like, share, and if you have any problem, freely comment and don't forget to subscribe.